Alright, so last we left off discussing the wacky world of franchise-based fighting games when, during my ramblings, I discovered there'd been an X-Men fighting game I'd completely missed out on as a kid. X-Men Mutant Academy and its sequel, the aptly named Mutant Academy 2. And sure, this may not seem like a big deal to you, but you don't understand. X-Men is probably by far my favorite comic book series. With its wide array of unique and colorful characters with cool and original powers, they were the ultimate superhero team in my humble opinion, where just the dynamic between characters was entertaining enough. Totally prime material for a fighting game, and not just the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Enter Mutant Academy, a game that has the fun of playing X-Men characters, like in Marvel vs. Capcom, but without the massive roster of characters from other properties to weed through. Except for the X-Men now, apparently. Specifically, I wanted to bring up X-Men Mutant Academy 2, the clunky 3D fighter with a faithful roster of the old boys in blue and yellow that just brings a tear to my eye. I'm surprised this came out a year after the movie did. A lot of its style and the choice of characters seem more inspired by the actual comics, or even the cartoon series.
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Yes, goddammit! What's with this boring-ass black? You've got Cyclops' brother Havoc, Beast, Gambit, my personal favorite, and even Forge. Freaking Forge! You know what his mutant ability is? He's good at building machines. But hey, give him a gun and he'll still kick ass with the rest of them, I guess. So, naturally, I already love this game. Not because it's fun to play or anything, but because I've made it my mission to support X-Men material that doesn't just assume X-Men means Wolverine or Mystique. Though, ironically, they're the two characters featured on the case. It is a pretty enjoyable game to play, though, despite how poorly it's aged. The combat is meaty and satisfying. And there's a power bar that slowly fills throughout the fight that allows you to unleash 3 different special moves. It can be a pain to get the combos down. Again, because I suck at fighting game combos, but they're worth it when they connect. Sometimes the fighting is too fast-paced for me though, and using special abilities is actually the only way I can manage to beat Nightcrawler, thanks to how ungodly fast he is. Whenever you play classic mode, your opponents are random up until the end. But no matter when he shows up, Nightcrawler, without fail, will just absolutely kick my ass. Why is he so good? Is it poor balance? Oh god, and Toad is the same way. Fucking Toad! I swear, sometimes I think the game just bugs out and makes it impossible to hit the enemy. Again, though, I can't complain, because it has such a full roster of all the best X-Men. Like Rogue. What's wrong with Rogue's portrait, though?
Y'all gonna be sorry you took on Rogue!
Well, at least she's a sassy Texan, and not a emotionless shell with no semblance of a personality. Psylocke's probably my favorite in this game, because, no duh, Psylocke kicks fucking ass. And Phoenix has probably the most dickish move in any fighting game. She can reverse your controls. There is something weird going on with this game, though. Specifically the ending videos for each character. See if you can catch the theme here. Yeah, they're all played for laughs. I didn't get that atmosphere from the game itself, but apparently the game creators fancied the X-Men as some sort of Looney Tunes sketch. Oh, Magneto. When will you ever get that wascally Charles? And what's with that weird noise before each clip?
Hooray. Hooray. Hooray.
The hell's all that about? Spider-Man's ending video is literally an ad for the Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro game. Oh, yeah, Spider-Man's in this game too. He's an unlockable along with Psylocke, Juggernaut, and Professor X. Wait. How?
For the dream.
Oh my god. He's still there. This is the greatest thing I've seen in my entire life. I'm playing as Professor X in his wheelchair in a fighting game. Oh man, I can do this all day. Oh, no, hey, come on. Jesus, Rogue, the man's in a wheelchair.
You are already defeated.
Yes, just as I've always imagined the epic Xavier and Magneto standoff. Well, there you go. That was all the fighting games I really wanted to cover. But while we're on the topic of X-Men and video games, I used to play a couple of X-Men games here and there as a kid, but strangely not as much as you would think. I played the arcade game once or twice, Ultimate Alliance, but besides that, there were just two SNES games, Mutant Apocalypse and Arcade's Revenge. Oh man, Mutant Apocalypse. Now this game is awesome, and how couldn't it be? It was made by Capcom. Much like the Mega Man games, you get 5 levels to choose from at the start, each one played by a different X-Men. And check out this roster. Of course Wolverine and Cyclops are a given, but then there's Beast, Psylocke, and the Ragin' Cajun himself, each with special abilities that are weirdly mapped to button combos like a fighting game. Mostly quarter circle forward punch. Oh god, I need to use Cyclops' lasers to get past this point, and I can't fucking Hadouken on a dime. Today, I think I became a man. It's all just fun beat-em-up shenanigans, and I ate it up as a kid. But you know, I never actually beat it. Oh yeah, today's the day. I'm feeling it. The Cyclops level I can never get past before has filled me with confidence. It's all about patterns, man. Patterns and... shit. All about patterns. And in no time at all, I finally beat the first 5 missions. It's really weird to think that I've yet to see any content beyond this point. It's like digging up your favorite VHS from childhood, then learning there's another video past the credits. This time, instead of 5 different levels, there's one level that you simply choose which X-Men you want to play as. The tricky thing being if you run out of lives on one character, I think they're gone for the rest of the game. The boss at the end of this level is a son of a bitch. It's those damn flying broods that just keep coming at awkward times. The best thing I could come up with to beat her was to use Beast or Psylocke, because they can launch themselves off of enemies' heads and therefore away from the flying dicks. After that, there's a super short level with Tusk. He's pretty stupid easy. Don't know why I brought it up, really. Oh, but this level... To be honest, I almost gave up on the entire game here. It's a runaway from instant death level. The catch being that there's these things that close on you that you have to beat up in order to progress. But it's fucking impossible. No matter how hard I try, the lava catches up to me. I've tried using special moves, but... Never mind. You just have to use the character slide moves. It really is that simple. Except for Cyclops's. Loser. That's only half the mission, though, and at the end you face Apocalypse, who I learned you can easily beat using Wolverine's charge attack over and over. Haha! I did it! I beat Mutant Apocalypse! A victory that was decades in the making. I freed the mutant prisoners of Genosha and thwarted Apocalypse. And then Magneto shows up and claims he's gonna bomb the place, and Xavier sends us to stop him, and... Oh. There's more to this game. The next 2 levels are just danger room training that, oddly enough, involve fighting Omega Red and Juggernaut. Almost like they had the characters designed, but the developers didn't know where to put them. The last mission is different again depending on who you play as, but you still have to pass as each X-Men. So I assume if you didn't make it to the end with everybody, you'd just be fucked. And at the end of each one is, of course, a battle against Magneto. What's cool though is, after you pass the initial level before Magneto, then select that X-Men again, it just takes you straight to his fight. Oh, and he keeps the same health? Oh, so I have the rest of my lives to take down Magneto? This'll be easy. I was wrong. Oh god, Beast, you're our last hope, man. His health is so low. Heh, got him. Whew. Well, that's one down. The other game I played the hell out of was called Spider-Man and the X-Men in Arcade's Revenge. Yeah, a bit of a mouthful, but it was pretty fun from what I remember. Oh. Huh. Not known for their great games, sure, but they can't all be bad, and I'm not wearing a fucking pocket protector, so I'm sure I'll be fine. So the X-Men are missing, and Spider-Man is on the case, leading to the intro level where you web swing and collect the glowy things. But then Spider-Man ends up falling into Arcade's trap that he had set up for the X-Men, and now, just like the last game, we get to choose who to play as. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, and... So Cyclops has a Crystal Caves level. It's a pretty standard run and shoot with some platforming. You know what's weird? I get the feeling I shouldn't step on that platform. But the game hasn't given me any indication not to. Now how the hell was I supposed to know those platforms are an instant fucking death? Nowhere did it seem like it would hurt me. Younger me, you tried to warn me, but I wouldn't listen. Well, now we know, I guess. These are actually railings for minecarts, who are a bitch to get on while they're moving. I'm also having a hell of a time seeing where I'm going, taking a lot of leaps of faith. Oh, come on. Look at that. I have to just happen to know there's a ledge here that allows for a cart to spawn? This is bullshit. Oh, badass. When you run out of lives, the game starts all over and you have to do the Spider-Man stage again. Okay, Wolverine it is. I remember your level not being a total load. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me. Wolverine's level, for some reason, is this nightmarish clown hellscape. Slice clowns, dodge gun-wielding jack-in-the-boxes. Where's all the health, though? I can't get through this level because I don't know how to heal. I mean, he's Wolverine, right? He shouldn't have to pick up health. No, apparently what you have to do to get health is to retract your claws and kill an enemy that way. Makes perfect fucking sense to me. Why did they make it like that? The boss for the stage is Apocalypse, I think. Oh, this should be easy then. Jeez, his attacks are so fast I can barely tell what I'm getting hit by. Wait, I beat him? No, seriously, I feel like I did just as bad this time as all my other attempts. Oh well, next up is... Spider-Man is another simple one. The only annoying thing is getting used to the web-swinging mechanic. But other than that, there's plenty of health, an enjoyable lack of instant death traps, and even the end boss, Shocker, is super easy. Oh, no, wait. The final boss is a dragon? A dragon that drops rubies? Woohoo, I'm rich! The only stages left are Storm and... Oh, Storm. What kind of diabolical madman decided you needed a water level? A water level where everything explodes in your face and hurts you. It's not as bad as it may seem, though, as your air gauge is the same as your health. So healing is as simple as going up for air. When you can, at least. And when everything isn't blowing up in your fucking face or moving at an awkward angle where you can't hit it. Well, as soon as the final enemy decides to die, I clean my hands of this mess. It may take a few hours. And that just leaves us with one last character. And he's my favorite X-Men. So, why have I been avoiding his level this whole time? Well... Gambit's level is a frantic runner where you're being chased by a spiked ball and tossing cards at chess pieces. Get it? Because he's Gambit. Yeah, a bit of a stretch there, Arcade. If the race against the giant ball of doom wasn't enough, you also have to keep an eye on your cards. Oh yeah, you can run out of cards in this level. Your only means of attack, and you can simply run out of it. And if you do, you're just fucked. So you've got a timed level where you have to constantly move while at the same time keeping an eye on and limiting your use of cards. And you still have to make sure you don't get hit a lot and die. Well, somehow I managed to get to the end and there's still a boss? Oh hey look, the prologue level again. Sure glad this hasn't gotten old. Hey guys, I fixed your game and added checkpoints. Even if I do beat all the levels, I still have another set of levels to go through afterwards. Again, to reiterate, only 3 lives. No checkpoints or continues. And a game over not only resets your progress, but makes you play the fucking Spider-Man level all over again. There isn't even a password system. These fuckers expected you to sit down and beat this game in one session. Did I actually like this game as a kid? Was my love for the X-Men that blinding that I fucking rented it all the time? This must be why I never played many X-Men games past the SNES. This fucking game ruined it for me. It took me till now to actually try later installments, like Mutant Academy 2, which wasn't a bad game. So maybe I'm missing out on more great X-Men content out there. What about the movie-based game called X-Men: The Official Game? Oh shit, this is the official X-Men game. All those other X-Men games, don't trust them. Well, for starters, this game is an in-between of X2 and X3. Kind of like how the Shadows of the Empire game took place between Empire and Return. The playable characters consist of Wolverine, who plays like your typical brawler, a poorly controlled and boring as shit brawler, Iceman, who's a flight simulator, a shitty flight simulator, and Nightcrawler, who was criminally underdeveloped in the movie, like a lot of the characters. He's just another beat-em-up person with the added bonus of teleporting mid-fight. Oh, hey look! Wolverine destroying half-built Sentinels 2 whole console generations later. That's all the characters you can play as, by the way. 3 characters. 3 fucking characters! Less characters than that SNES game. Less characters than that SNES game. You have a headache-inducing number of characters to draw from and incorporate. But nah, make 3 of them playable and call it an X-Men game. And it's not like you can argue that more characters would make the gameplay more monotonous, because they couldn't even make just 3 characters fun to play. The graphics are nice, I guess. And Xavier's floating head haunting Wolverine is fucking hilarious. But I don't know. I think I'll give this one a hard pass. Well, I guess it's a good thing I haven't played many X-Men games past the SNES. Wasn't missing much, apparently. Not to mention, shortly after this game, it seems like they've all been more movie-based than anything. And by movie-based, I, of course, mean just Wolverine. And I know, it's like asking why the sky is blue, but what's with movie-based video games always being bad? What's that formula the nerd used? Good movie equals a bad game, and a not as good movie equals a not necessarily as bad game? Well, if that's true, then the other X-Men movie games are probably just the fucking best. Or I can just assume they're shit. You know, like any other movie-based game, pumped out to make quick money on the popularity of the film with no nevermind to making something potentially timeless or even worth spending your money on, regardless of if you like the fucking film or not. Harumph. You know how many of those fucking games I wasted time on as a kid? Hell, even as a teenager. Apparently as an adult, too. Home Alone, Batman Forever, Dick Tracy, Bug's Life, Phantom Menace, The World Is Not Enough, Hook, Wizard of Oz, Blues Brothers 2000, Indiana Jones Adventures. Oh. Well, now, hold on a second.